Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday and my second day here in Las Hexas, Nevada. And it's been a very interesting 24 hours, which shouldn't be surprising if you've ever been here. As mentioned yesterday morning, I went to the Nevada State Convention for the Libertarian Party as a guest, and it was there that I learned that people who are born and raised here really do not appreciate it when you refer to their state as Nevada. It's Nevada. And it reminds me of when I was growing up in Pennsylvania. I'm originally from Chester County, and that is next door to what is pronounced as Lancaster County. It's spelled Lancaster, but if you go there and you call it that, everybody's going to know that you're a tourist and you will be treated like one. So, but it's been really fun so far. If you're into people watching, which is something that I like to do, then Las Vegas is probably one of the best places in the world to do that. It's nonstop. There's just oodles of people here all the time, and it's never a dull moment, including political conventions. There is a man by the name of Adam Koch who is wanting to be the Libertarian candidate for President of the United States. And he lives in Yavapai County, Arizona, which is where I live and serve as the chairman. And Adam was actually fairly instrumental in me getting involved with the party as a member rather than just being a registered voter. So I know Adam on a personal basis, and at this particular convention, the delegation allowed people to speak on behalf of people who are running for national offices if they weren't there in person to speak for themselves. And since I am the coordinator for Arizona for Adam's presidential campaign, I was invited to speak on his behalf for 2 minutes, which I was not aware of until it happened. So I was basically put on the spot for 2 minutes to address the public, which actually wasn't a problem. It was actually rather fun. Especially when you see people's reactions when you tell them that, Adam's platform revolves around peacefully and systematically dismantling the federal government. Even libertarians are aghast to hear something like that. Like, you mean you're serious? You really don't want there to be government? But to ease some of the tension after that announcement, I just stated the fact, like I did in a previous video here, that we're not living in the 17th century anymore. We have tools at our disposal that make central government more and more obsolete. We just need to learn to use these tools and not be afraid to enter into a new thing. And some of the people were agreeing. I could see them nodding their heads yes, including somebody who's running for vice chair of the National Party. So obviously I'll be voting for him. So overall, it was a good experience. I was just overall very well received by the delegation, which was encouraging. So afterwards, later in the day, I met up with my brother and his fiance and some of her family who were all here for their wedding, and we had dinner together at the Hard Rock Cafe. And I'm presently staying at a hotel that's not on the Strip. I'm just on the other side of the interstate. So it was a little less than a mile walk for me to go from my room to the Hard Rock, which is no big deal for me. And I didn't bother to change out of my suit either. So I was the only person walking along the strip here wearing a suit and tie, and it felt pretty good, actually. I just, it's nice to stick out in a crowd. Some people are a little uncomfortable with that, but I embrace it. So it was good. And as we were eating dinner, my brother's future in-laws were, curious about my attire, and I told them what I was doing, and they were like, "Oh, whenever we don't like the candidates that are running, we always vote Libertarian." And I thought, well, that was great. So that sparked a little bit of a conversation. But getting back to the convention, it was interesting to see some people's reactions, because it goes to show that not everybody really wants what they think that they want. And that's because people have a tendency to live according to narratives. And what they want is someone to make their narrative reality, rather than just believing the truth and having the truth being reality. And that same challenge exists in the crypto space and with Hex. People would like to believe that they would like to be financially independent and be rich, but when options come their way, suddenly they don't want to be as independent as they want to be, or think that they want to be, because there's a certain sense of responsibility that comes with living in a realm that most other people don't live in. When you're rich, people have a tendency to look at you with suspicion, like, who did you rip off to get there? Because obviously honest people can't become rich. You have to be a crook of some sort. And when somebody invents a tool like Hex that allows honest people to create wealth, it's just a matter of filling in the blanks and doing the work that is required to make it happen. That's out of the ordinary. So when people are presented with that, they get scared, and they suddenly start to reconsider their ways and what they really want. So to me, that's a bigger challenge to this space than simply explaining how the program works. As I said before, my focus is to get the point across of why Hex works rather than how it works. And, as I said, why it works is it allows people to simply look at what they want and do the required work and make it happen. And part of that work is contributing to price appreciation. And that contribution comes out of who you are. When people see that you are a genuine person, granted you are, that will draw interest, and that will draw economic interest. And that's the very thing that we need, is for people to take interest. And, by doing that, they can earn interest, which, is obviously one of the features of Hex. So this is what has unfolded in the last 24 hours. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more. Actually, I can almost guarantee it. I already know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. So for now, that will be it. There's a vegan restaurant down the street from me that serves breakfast, and it's breakfast time here. So I'm going to go eat. And I hope you all have a very filling day, that you get to eat things that you like, and I wish you to be healthy and well and joyful. And I'll talk to you all soon. Have a good day. See you later.